Good morning, everybody. You're just going to hear my voice, but since we have the scholarship winners this morning, I wanted to provide a Native American blessing to our scholarship winners today. May the warm winds of heaven blow softly upon your house. May the Great Spirit bless all who enter there. May your moccasins make happy tracks in many snows, and may the rainbow always touch your shoulder. Let me do that last one again. May the rainbow always touch your shoulder. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Julie. And our pledge is led by Calvin.
Please rise and pledge with me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I want to thank everyone who was able to attend the Cinco de Mayo celebration. And a special thanks to Mike and Ingrid for hosting what was a really special event. And then we had the Dublin Community Service today, where we had over 24 Rotarians turn out and worked at the Memorial Park, the Veterans Park, and the grounds of remembrance, where they cleaned up and planted flowers and special plants. We need volunteers for One Dublin on Wednesday, the 17th. That's about a 2-hour commitment. There was an email sent out about that, so still looking for volunteers for that. We still continue to need volunteers for Meals on Wheels. So if you could volunteer for that. I know we've got over 50 folks signed up for the Pro-Am event. We'd like to see everyone from the club join in for that, and John's going to make an announcement.
Well, we're in the home stretch. I think we are officially 19 days away from our event on Wednesday, the 31st. A lot of you have stepped up and volunteered to help out that day. But the most important thing is, well, two important things. Sign up if you're going to be there so we can get an accurate count, on food for the day. And secondly, if there are some shifts available to drive as well, I think in the afternoon especially, but I think we're in pretty good shape except for that right now. And last but not least, if you have any friends that are interested, send them the link for the Pro-Am event. They can go into Eventbrite, sign up, and we hope for weather like this today, like we're having today and yesterday for the event, but looking forward to seeing you all there. Thanks, Gene.
Thank you, John. Our sergeant today is Jeff Shaner. Is Jeff ready?
That's it. Let me go get it.
Not yet? Okay. Does anyone have any happy bucks? Paige?
I've got to have a happy buck, because this doesn't happen very often. My mother turned 102 last week. 102. We wouldn't want to race her on her walker going to breakfast, lunch, and dinner. She passes all the other ladies in the hallway, playing bingo 3 or 4 days a week. She's doing fantastic. And just to all of us, that sometimes we're blessed in ways we don't think about. But I'm truly blessed to have Mom with us, and exciting to tell the story.
Yes.
Brian and I are celebrating 20-year anniversary next week, and we're going to Nashville. So
I have a happy buck because for Paige helped us connect with the Historical Society of Dublin, meet some interesting people, and it just really enriched our club again by helping us with all kinds of leadership Dublin and other connections. Paige, this is for you.
really proud of my son Ricky, who graduates from Miami tomorrow and will start graduate school in the fall. So.
Awesome.
I got a happy book, I guess, for my Rotary family that has, I'm getting through this. Supported me and loved me so well over these past 3 months since Lori passed. And I just want to thank everyone for continuing to reach out, touch, and love on me so well. So thank you.
Today is Sandra and my 39th anniversary. And my son bought a house today, so.
Anyone else? Jeff?
You ready for it? Okay.
Yeah.
Good morning, everyone. Hope everybody is doing well today. Congratulations to our graduates today who are here for their scholarships. I'm sure you guys will go on to be great adults when you get there, get your education. It's a great world. Anyhow, to start off with, I have a couple of guests today. I'm not going to introduce the scholarship winners. I'll leave that up to the program. But Scott Lewis is here today. If you'd stand up, Scott. And Scott is a guest of Ingrid's. Thank you very much. Michael, is it Dorning? Darling, excuse me. That's all right. Good morning. Thank you. And Michael is a guest of Claudia's. And Tara Hayden, excuse me, is a guest of Trevor. And Lisa Johnson is here as a guest of Kent Underwood. Thank you. And I believe a couple of you people are looking to become members here at the club. We'd love to have you. It's a great place to be. It's a great place to be. As far as fines today, I don't have any because we are going to do we're kicking off cancer week. So kicking out cancer week. So instead of any fines today, we're going to pass, Dave's going to walk around, put in there what you can. This will be your fine for the week. But I think let's just go on for what, 3 weeks or so? I believe, yes. Yeah, about 3 weeks. So if you forgot any money to put in there next couple of weeks, come on in and see if you can help donate and for such a great cause. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and move on. And the small pot today is $20. And Gene, since you're so close, I'm going to just let you pick, sir. And it's a blue ticket, and you can yell it out.
The last 42422.
The guy that bought tickets for once in a while. Good for you. All right, I'll catch up with you on that. And for the large pot is $111. And is also a blue ticket.
Last 42435.
That's me. That was
Cool. So I'm going to come over there, Tricia, let you pick so we can get on with the program. Thank you all very much. Have a great, safe weekend.
Oh, Paige. Yeah.
And here's
Yeah, yep, okay, great. All right, good morning. This is one of my favorite days. I've had the pleasure and the honor to be on the scholarship committee for several years. I turned over a lot of the heavy lifting to Steve Uragana, who's going to come up in just a few minutes. But I also judged. And like in years past, we've had such a remarkable group of students. And I know you're going to enjoy hearing their stories and all that they have planned. It's really the future of the leadership of the country and our community. So, Steve? And if we can have all the students come up, we'd like you to stand, and when it's your turn to speak, we'd like you to come and stand right where I am and speak right into the microphone so everyone can hear you clearly.
Morning, Rotary. This is Gene said, I had the privilege of leading the scholarships this year. I want to thank Steve and Gene because this is my first year doing it for the Rotary. So I had a ton of questions for them to make sure I followed the right process. So I appreciate that. This year we had a lot of great applicants, a lot of great students applied this year. And as you tell when they speak, it's amazing what they've done and what schools are going to go to. Basically, what we're going to do is just have the students come up one at a time, introduce themselves, what school they go to, what college they're going to attend, what they're going to do in college. If they brought a guest, who was your guest today? And then we'll have a little Q&A afterwards. So I'll start off with Annika.
Hi, everyone. My name is Annika. I attend Kaufman, and in recent years, it's been more like attending Emerald Campus because I'm part of the IB diploma program. I am going to be attending Ohio University studying mechanical engineering. And then after that, I'm planning on getting a master's in design. What else was I supposed to say?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, I just came today because my parents were busy.
Yeah, thank you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Anya Zong, and I am currently a senior at Dublin Jerome High School. I am planning to attend Harvard University with a double major in mechanical engineering, as well as history of art and architecture. In the future, I hope to graduate and become a licensed architect in the hopes of creating a nonprofit firm that focuses on creating infrastructure that revitalizes communities, as well as focuses on equitable and sustainable urbanism. I'm so honored to have received this scholarship, and I thank the Dublin AM Rotary Foundation for that. I have brought my guest, Mr. Wei Zong, who is my father.
Hi, my name is Will Smilik, and I am a senior at Dublin Scioto, and I will also be attending Harvard next year, studying government, political science, and eventually probably going to be attending law school. The goal is probably Yale Law, but don't tell anyone at Harvard or else they'll get mad at me. And I just want to take a moment to say thank you to all of you guys. I've been a member of the Interact Club for the past 7 years. And your guys' support for our service projects, including tie blankets and shoe kits that we're able to send to Africa, has meant the world to us. And we've been able to bring a lot of change to our community, and we couldn't have done it without you guys. So thank you.
Hello, my name is Natalia. I'm a senior at Dublin Kaufman. I will be attending Ohio State to major in food science and technology, and I will also be minoring in business. I plan to focus on food development and food flavoring. And thank you so much for your help. I was part of Interact Club. I was the president at Dublin Kaufman. So it's been great being part of this. Thank you. And as for my guest, I have both my parents, my mom, and my dad.
Sorry, I wanted to make sure she introduced her parents who came too. I do have 3 videos too. They sent me late last night, so I'll make sure I get them so it gets up so everybody can see those as well. They had a very nice little speech on the videos. Any questions or anything for the scholarships?
Yes, I have a question about I'm just wondering, community service was an important part of the scholarship. If you could all take a turn and come up and talk about highlight some of your community service experience and maybe the one that was most meaningful for you.
Hello again. So a lot of the community service that I've been doing since I guess high school has been geared more STEM related. So I've helped run the Dublin Tech Clubs. They have a lot of summer camps, and so I help teach middle schoolers and elementary schoolers about programming and how computers work. And then I've also helped volunteer at a STEM club in Columbus for middle schoolers in an underprivileged school, where we go every week and teach them like different fun activities to help stimulate STEM. Because at their school, their sixth graders they double up in math and they don't receive a science. So we try to focus on broadening their perspectives, and so that they can also have a passion for STEM just like I did. Because I know when I was little, a lot of the mentors that I saw that were really interested and engaged in STEM were the reasons that I continued STEM, even though it can be a little lonely being an only girl in STEM. The other outreach that I've done is related to volunteering for my robotics club. So I am part of the Dublin First program. So I help volunteer at the state fair and different engagements throughout Dublin.
Well, hello, everyone again. So advocacy and inclusionary work has been a big part of my high school focus, and it's something that I'm really passionate about. A lot of my extracurriculars that I do, I tend to focus on equity-based inclusionary work for those activities. So for example, for speech and debate and artistic swimming, I joined equity-based organizations, whether it be like an equity ambassador for the program or a different kind of nonprofit group. So examples of some legislation that I worked on gender inclusive legislation for synchronized swimming, as well as formulating legislation that allowed accessibility for judge training for speech and debate. And that's something that I'm really passionate about. But I've also focused on empowering individuals that are from marginalized communities, as well as promoting resource accessibility through teaching and also creating new types of programs for all types of different students. So some examples of that are, I started a summer math program a few years ago during the pandemic to combat isolation for students that were at home, and allowed students to connect with each other over solving math problems and geometry puns. And that allowed the fostering of math development skills. And from that, I also started a public speaking program that we've been continuing on for 2 years that targets students from all different middle schools in Dublin, and allowed fostering for our Dublin Drum speech and debate program, and allowed our members to engage with the community that way. And in the future, I hope to continue doing that and continue my love for teaching others. Some of my fellow competitors and I have already started an open source speech network that provides speech resources and virtual coaching for students that don't have coaches and are from student-run teams like Dublin Jerome, and allow that to continue in the future. As well as I'm hoping to start an open source architecture journal and studio for students interested in infrastructural design in the future. That'll be all. Thank you.
I think my first foray into the world of community service was when I joined Cub Scouts in first grade. And I now am proud to say that I'm an Eagle Scout. It's been 12 years in the making. Yeah. It was a really cool experience. And my brother, actually, I have an identical twin. He's the worst half, but he actually worked with the Dublin Food Pantry to help create a mini food pantry that's attached to the outside of it. And members of the community and the local schools have really kind of taken that on And I did the same thing up in the city of Powell, located next to their Chamber of Commerce. And it's a nice sturdy structure. We have like fiber cement on the sides. It's really nice. So that's something that I'm really proud of in the work to combat food insecurity within the community. And then I'd say most of my work also, like Anya, pertains to inclusion and helping marginalized voices be heard. During the pandemic, you know, similar to what she said, there's definitely a feeling of isolation, just because every single one of our events was online. And if you can't tell, I love talking. I could talk to a wall for 30 minutes. And we just didn't have the ability to have those conversations during the pandemic. And I think that a lot of people in our generation who already had mental concerns and mental health challenges, that really just exacerbated that challenge. So I helped create a national organization that was dedicated to having intergenerational dialogue. And we had students from across the United States, including Texas, Maine, and California, just kind of meet on these Zoom calls to be able to talk about current events and just update each other on what's going on. And just because we were really missing that human interaction and that human component in the pandemic. So it was really awesome to be able to kind of catch up on that. And then recently I've worked with Dr. Marshausen in the Dublin Board of Education to help create a student representative position on the Board of Education, which I'm really proud of the work that we've done there. And that will be continuing on past when I leave. And one of our other students, Sueba Newshat, who you will hear from, I think, is also on that Student Board of Education. So I'm really proud of that work that we've done. So yeah, just a couple of the events I'm involved in.
Hello again. So all my volunteer work has been more involved or like inside my school. I just moved here 4 years ago. So for me, it was really important to be like involved in my school and make sure that everyone was included equally. So I was able to be a peer at my school. I was an interpreter for Hispanic students in some of their classes. I also, this year, I volunteered my first period in the PATS program at Emerald Campus, where I was able to help students with any kind of disabilities to just have a nice beginning of their day and be part of their day, and throughout the day, just saying hello and making sure they're having a good day. I'm also part of the Interact Club, so we had different projects throughout the years, such as making duck biscuits, selling them, and donating the money to canine companions. We also made tie blankets for, I forgot the name. We made tie blankets. We also made cards for an orphanage in Mexico, which that had a personal connection with myself. So it was nice to be able to do that. I'm also, sometimes I'm an event helper at the SACO, the Down Syndrome Association of Central Ohio. I help with events that are more towards the Hispanic people as well. And those are some activities that I've been part of.
Any questions?
We all hear about the Emerald campus. Some of us have had the opportunity to be there, tour it. Some still don't quite understand all of the offerings that are there or how the programs work. And I'm sure all of you have classes there, maybe your full day there. But if you could just take a moment, each of you, and give us a snapshot of the Emerald campus through your lens and some of the programs that are there.
Okay. Can I do this? I have to go.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, apologies. Some of them have
Yes.
finals, so that.
Yes. Yeah, sorry. Talking about that, I have my IB French exam after this. So yeah, so for Emerald Campus, it's a building that all the three schools connect to for like higher education classes, such as the IB classes and academies. Some of the academies that I was part of was the Dublin Business Academy, where I was able to participate in the Business Professionals of America, that I was able to go all the way to nationals as well. I take part of CCP classes as well through Columbus State. So it's a nice offering to go to the building next to Coffin to take college classes and the IB classes as well. I only take IB French, but I know they also have the IB diploma. So I think that's what I have to say. And thank you for everything.
So Emerald Campus for me has been a space where I get more freedom to explore different types of learning instead of just being confined to learning in a classroom and being taught somewhat to a test. So through the IB diploma, I brought in a little bit more of a global mindset of like reading books that are from different authors from different countries, or starting to think critically about why we think certain ways. I've also been part of the engineering academy at Emerald Campus, and that's been able to give me a more hands-on connection to engineering and working with groups, because working in groups it's a struggle. And throughout the year, I've gotten to connect with students from different high schools and see their perspectives, and I guess, learn more collaboratively. And so for me, Emerald Campus is a space where I get to meet new people. I get to broaden my perspective out of just like the Kaufman experience to realize, oh, well, other schools also have different challenges, and we have similarities, and we also have differences, and we can still work together. So, yeah.
So I took a few classes at Emerald Campus, but I've been mainly focused on taking AP courses. And I'm also a full-time student at OSU as well, which is a really great program because it offers like a lot of flexibility. However, my sister is a part of the IB diploma program, and she really, really does enjoy it. So my junior year, I took 2 courses at IB at Emerald Campus, which was the IB Visual Arts course, and as well as IB French. So for IB French, I'm not going to lie, my French is very, very subpar. My world languages knowledge is it can pass for decent, but that's all I can say about that. But I have to say that was a very rigorous course. It definitely made me into shape for taking future French classes. But I currently take French at the Ohio State University, and I realized that IB French really, really did set me up for success for that class. Not only by enriching my experience of learning about other cultures, but also by teaching me to listen to others and to speak with others on different perspectives. The IB Visual Arts program was definitely a highlight of my high school journey. I actually still talk to my arts teacher, especially since I want to go on more of a design route in college. But that was a really great experience because we had a lot of opportunity to be flexible with what we wanted to explore. And my teacher offered us a lot of guidance on exploring our own passions, but she didn't give us like an exact way of this is how you have to shade, or this is how you should view the world as an object. But we also did a really cool project, which is the Dublin, I believe it was the Dublin Arts Council had us do a public arts challenge and challenged some of the IB diploma program, the IB arts program, as well as some of the middle schools to create a piece of public art. So it was definitely a challenging experience to try and get a piece of public art done in 3 months. But it was really, really cool to be able to work with my peers on things like budgeting, creating diagrams, and creating to-do lists, and being able to like formulate that real world working experience in real life. So my experience with the IB courses has been really great overall.
So Annika and I are both involved in the same program at Emerald Campus, and that's the IB diploma. And
Well, tell us what IB is.
Yeah. So IB is International Baccalaureate classes. And essentially what you can do is you can take individual courses, but not take the full diploma, or you can take the full diploma, which is only IB classes. And a lot of times what our students do is like, I know last year I went back to Scioto for one period this year, but last year I was at Emerald campus all day. And it's a really awesome program that kind of like they touched on really offers a global mindset and a global perspective. For instance, in our Spanish class, we had a Zoom call that we held with students from Argentina who are learning English in Argentina. So that was really cool. And we spoke in Spanish the entire time. So it was a really cool learning experience. And you don't get that in an AP Spanish class. You really don't get those connections. But I think the thing that I personally love most about Emerald campus is the environment. We have it's like an old office building that they renovated. They have like a big nice atrium in the middle. They have like a cool cafe with like a Starbucks machine in it. Okay, listen, we have really good food here. The food is absolutely the highlight. But they also have a union where we have like ping pong tables and stuff like that. So it's almost like a bit of a college environment before you actually go to college. And it's really kind of taking the next step in preparation for students across the district. And you don't really have to worry about any of the like annoying freshmen being there because they can't take classes there. So there's more there's more responsibility and there's better respect. I know. But yeah, it's a really awesome program, and I think we all really love the building. Oh yeah, so for IB diploma, there's 6 areas that you have to take courses for, and then we also have a writing component, which is a torturous. Like my paper was I think 30 pages, and hers is probably about the same length that we had to write over the summer last summer, and it's a really cool program because you really learn to write. And as someone who wants to go into the legal course area, it's definitely going to be a good preparation for that.
One more question. So I'm going a different direction. So academics, volunteerism, probably some of you do something sport-wise. What about fun? What things do you do? Are you gamers outside of this? Do you like to work in the garden? What do you do for fun?
They can just talk without.
I don't know if we get to hear it.
What I do for fun is art. I love art. So I really enjoy doing people's hairs. Our hair, my siblings are kind of tortured by that. And then I also really enjoy painting and doing my nails. And those are ways I get to relax from the academic pressure that I'm feeling. And it's a way to channel my creativity into different areas.
Awesome.
I had to think about this for a moment because the first thing that came up to my brain was eating. And I think, but in all honesty, I think that's a really big part of my social life is being able to connect with others through food. I have, oh, this is kind of embarrassing, but I have a list of different restaurants that I tried on my notes app on my phone. And after every place I tried, I always share to my dad and my sisters my explanation for my rankings. And they had to sit through it for like 15 minutes, but it's my pride and joy. I also enjoy photography, which was something I wrote my college essays on, just because I started photography from a very long time ago. And it's been a way for me to connect with my family members and also grow with them. And also because my mom really likes photos being taken of her. So
Okay, so I'd say when I get home from like a long day of work and I'm like, okay, what do I want to do to just like decompress and relax? I normally end up spending a lot of time with my friends, either at their sporting events. There's a lacrosse game last night. And then, there's a group of like 15 or 16 of us that, we'll go out to eat and stuff like that. So I agree with Anya that food is a really big part of my social life. And I'd say my friends always make fun of me for this, but I'm really involved in politics and news and stuff like that. So when I'm bored, I just, pull up my go-to news sites and, go surfing through news articles. And I know this might not sound fun to you guys, but it's fun for me. I have worked on 2 different political campaigns within the state of Ohio. So just, getting, some exposure to national races and stuff like that. And I've really enjoyed that. So just some like fun or maybe not so fun activities, but I've enjoyed doing them.
Just real quick, I wanted to take a moment to congratulate all 3 of you, and you have a tremendous opportunity at your schools next year, and some unsolicited advice. You're going to find that with knowledge comes power, right? And you're going to get a lot of empowerment from what you learn in your schools, and I would challenge all 3 of you to use that power for good. We live in a challenging time, a divisive world, with a lot of challenges ahead of us, and your generation is going to be important to help build up everybody and build a new future. So I hope you will do your part, in however small it is, and I wish all 3 of you the best of luck.
We're kind of getting to the end here, but everybody, thank you. You guys have been an amazing group of students as always this year. Thank you to the parents. Thank you to everybody that helped with the process of selecting the winners. Just a clarification too with the IB program. When they do finish the program, when they graduate, there's a special recognition they get to at the ceremony. So that's really cool. All right, anything else? I'll turn it back over to Gene. Thank you guys so much.
You have my thanks as well for coming here and for sharing yourselves so openly and sincerely and honestly. That was very much a special treat for all of us. And thanks for the parents for all the work you've done to support your children through their development and their educational process. That's a great achievement. And our next meeting, I should have had this out, apologize for that, is the vaccination program for Dublin schools. Dr. Bring and Dr. Grant from Ohio Health will be our featured speakers. The closing quote for today is from Malcolm X. Education is our passport to the future, for tomorrow belongs to people who prepare for it today. Thank you and have a great week.